In this lesson, we're going to talk about connecting 11 Labs directly into HeyGen, which can simplify your workflow if you are creating a video clone. So if you go into HeyGen by default, you have the ability to type out a script and then have HeyGen actually produce the audio to go along with your video. The reason we tend not to recommend this is that the audio quality in HeyGen is not very good. It simply does not have a significant audio sample size from you to produce an accurate audio. That's why we recommend going into 11 Labs, creating a professional voice clone there, and then within 11 Labs, writing out your script, making that audio sound the way you want it to sound, downloading that file, and then going to audio, upload audio file, and upload that audio file to HeyGen, and HeyGen will create the video around that audio file. It's not as complicated of a process as it sounds, and that tends to be actually what we do. However, what if there was a way to directly connect your 11 Labs professional voice clone to HeyGen, so you can just skip that step of working in 11 Labs, downloading the file, and uploading it here? Well, you can do that. This is Digital Andrew. This is my professional voice clone in 11 Labs. I can actually create videos in HeyGen directly with that digital voice clone, that professional voice clone in 11 Labs. And that simplifies the process because instead of doing all that work in 11 Labs, I can just go here to HeyGen. I can type out my script. I can preview the audio. And then when I'm happy with it, generate the video here in HeyGen. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set up that connection. And I'm also going to warn you, though, right now that this can be a little buggy. We have had experiences where everything was working very smooth, and then all of a sudden it's disconnected. Remember, this is not a mandatory thing. It is perfectly valid to create your audio in 11 Labs, download those files, upload it to HeyGen. This is just a way of saving a step and perhaps streamlining your workflow. So let's talk about exactly how to do that. You're going to start this process in 11 Labs. So you're going to go to 11 Labs. On the bottom left, you'll see Developers. Click on Developers, then click on Create an API Key, and then Create Key. So it's going to ask you for a name, which does not matter. You can name it whatever you want. I would probably just name it HeyGen Integration 1. Then it's going to ask you what access you want to give HeyGen, in this case, to. One thing you can do is just turn off this restrict key, which means HeyGen gets access to everything. Honestly, that's probably what I would do because I'm not that concerned with HeyGen messing things up. But if you want to know the essentials, you want to make sure you give access to text-to-speech. You want to make sure you give access to voices. You want to make sure you give access to models. You want to make sure you give access to history. You want to make sure you give access to user. If you ever find yourself in a place where this API key is not working, so HeyGen just is not using 11 Labs or is getting errors, then go back here and just turn off restrict key because there's probably a permissions issue. All right, and that's what I'm going to do in this case. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to keep Unforgiving Cheetah, and I'm going to click on Create Key. All right, now it's going to produce the API key. I'm going to delete this after this, so don't try to copy this. And now we're going to go into HeyGen. All right, so when you go into HeyGen, you're going to go to create an AI Studio. And notice here you have on the right side here, voice. And you have the ability in voice to choose which voice you want to use. So in this case, I'm going to click on that. Now we have the ability to go to new voice, integrate third-party voice. 11 Labs, paste that API key, click on confirm. So once this come up, you want to actually choose the voice you want them to use. In this case, I'm going to use Digital Andrew. I'm going to click on. The voice has now been added, and you can see that it imported. If you have other voices, such as some instant voice clones you created, then you could absolutely upload those as well. So now we got that. And now if I'm going to create a video in HeyGen, I can go to voice. You can go to My Voices, you can see Digital Andrew. I can click on that. And now when I type in a script into HeyGen, it should draw from Digital Andrew. So to troubleshoot this, if you ever run into errors, the key things to look at are the API key permissions. So you can edit, and you can, if you had restrictions, you can turn off restrictions or play around with giving it access. Click on Save Changes. Another thing you can do, of course, is to create a new key and try working with a new key. And then you can also try going into HeyGen and actually deleting the voice and then re-importing it. All right. So that is how you do third-party integrations between 11 Labs and HeyGen so that you can use your 11 Labs voice directly in HeyGen. All right. So to go over a few little details here. When you're in the AI editor, you can select your voice like I explained. And then once you selected your voice from 11 Labs, you can go to the little advanced settings button here. And when you do that, you have the ability to choose the voice engine, in this case, 11 Labs. And you can choose what model you want. So you can use the 2.5 model. You can use the Flash 2.5 model. This is the cheap one, by the way. But as we recommend, you generally want to use the multilingual V2. That's the best model. And then like you can in 11 Labs, you can adjust these sliders. So we have guidance on that, of course, in the Fast Start Guide. So once you do that, you want to click on Save, and then you can actually test out just the audio over here.
Hello, my name is Andrew. This is the result I get with my voice straight from 11 Labs.
Right, so you can actually use this preview to tweak the voice before you actually click on generate the video, because obviously generating the video is going to be the most credit intensive. So you want to do these edits to the audio before you actually generate the full video.